Edwin Starr, written in 1970, is a song against war in general, but it was influenced by the Vietnam War. The song talks about the pointlessness and violence of war. The Vietnam War was a battle fought between the Viet Cong and the South Vietnamese and U.S. forces over communist Vietnam. Opposition against the war in the U.S. grew when it became the first televised war. It showed the graphic images and suffering of the civilians and troops. Opposition also grew when the draft unfairly targeted the blue-collar workers. They needed well-trained soldiers to fight against the Soviet Union and China. This part of a pattern through all revolutions. An overarching oppressing force has treated a group of people unfairly. The people's response was to burn their draft cards. Many of them went to prison for avoiding military service, and many draft dodgers fled to Canada and other countries to escape military service. Most protests were acts of peace and civil disobedience. College students did most of the protesting because baby boomers were around this age, and the song Star reaches out to them, call for change.
Within the younger generation, induction, then destruction. Who wants to die?
On May 4th, 1970, the National Guard fired into a crowd of students who were throwing rocks at them at Kent State University. This shooting reminds us of the Boston Massacre, where the British opened fire into a crowd of colonists throwing rocks at them. This showed that the ideas of revolution wanting to be freed from oppression were universal over time. Both crowds were tired of waiting and wanted to do something about the oppression. These shootings represent a tipping point in the revolutions. Also occurring during the Vietnam War was the counterculture movement which had hippies starting to push for peace. They believed that expression of everyone as an individual could change society to a more peaceful state. In the song, Starr wants similar circumstances, asking for people to change their minds about peace and how violence affects people in general.
Friend only to the Undertaker. Please love and understand and tell me it's not no place for the everyday. They say we must fight to keep our freedom, but Lord knows there's got to be a better way.
Like all revolutions, the Vietnam War brought change. People believe that military power should be reduced, and the draft has not been used since. Revolutions continue because it is human nature to try to keep your power. Revolutions can stop when everyone has understanding and learns to live in peace.